My name's Anthony Ruggiano Jr. And don't forget, if you like my content, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And after this live, check out my Patreon. There's a lot of good stuff on there. So I'm going to start out by going over these surveys I took. And I've been looking at them, and I don't know, some of them. So let's start with the first one. What's the most underrated mob movie? It was The Bronx Tale, The Irishman, Road to Perdition, and Gotti, 1996 HBO version. And the most underrated movie, according to these 3,000 votes, was Gotti, 51%. You know, for me, Gotti movies, you know, that I knew him personally. I knew the people around him personally. And to me, Gotti movies are comical. I mean, yet Armin Asante played the best Gotti, but I mean, come on. You know, when he has meetings with O'Neill, you know, Anthony Quinn played Neil and Gambino and all that, you know, I don't even know if all that's true. I mean, I know the incidents around it happened. I don't know. It just doesn't, I can't grasp a Gotti movie. But I guess it was underrated. I mean, it was, out of the Gotti movies that were made, it is the best one. Who was the best Mafia consigliere? Tom Hagen, The Godfather, which is impossible. In real life, an Irish guy could never be a consigliere. He could never be made. So that was just strictly Hollywood, 100% Hollywood. Arnello Della Croce was voted the best. He was never a consigliere. He was underboss. So he couldn't be the best because he never was one. Frankie DeCicco is another one that wasn't one. I don't even know why these people are on here. And Joe Gallo, he was one, not from the Profaci family, from the Gambino family was one. So this one is all screwed up. None of this is correct. Who do you believe was the most powerful mafia family of all time? The Gambino family, 55%. I totally agree. Totally 100% agree. I think the Chicago outfit might have been a close second, and then with the Genovese family. So that's pretty much spot on. I agree with that. Which mob-related event would you have wanted in a front row seat for? The trial of Al Capone, the Appalachian meeting, the commission trial, and the Lufthansa heist. The Appalachian meeting was the one that one. I would have loved to be in that if it took place. I mean, if you know, that was wow, that everybody from all over the country was there, and you know. The meeting never took place because we all know what happened. It got raided. But yeah, that would have been an interesting place to be. I knew a few people that were there. I know a few old timers that were there. What was the biggest mistake ever made by a mafia boss? John Gotti being too flashy, one. Paul Castellano not having a bodyguard. Bugsy Siegel overspending, and Joe Colombo creating too much public attention. I mean, those are all spot on. I mean, you know, I don't know if the biggest mistake was John being too flashy. I think Paul Castellano made a big mistake by underestimating who other people were. I think the biggest mistake was him even becoming the boss. But John was too. I mean, that was detrimental to him being too flashy. Should President Trump get the U.S. involved in Israel's war with Iran? You know, I don't want to be political. 18% said yes, and 82% said no. That's surprising. That surprises me. That one. But I'll keep my political opinions to myself. Who was the most feared mafia enforcer? Roy DeMeo, Sammy the Bull, Gas Pipe, the Iceman. I mean, out of them, probably Roy DeMeo was the most vicious outside of Gas Pipe. Sammy was a killer, but he was not chopping people up. The other three guys were like serial killers, the Iceman and Gas Pipe and Roy. They were chopping people up and freezing people. I mean, you know, Sammy was, you know.
What?
Excuse me. Here's a question. On my way home 2 years ago, a homeless man was overdosing on the side of a busy street. Only myself and one other person tried helping him. The paramedics finally arrived and he survived. I now carry Narcan. Is that what it's called? The Liberties in St. Louis gave them away for please find out where you can get yours free. Yeah, Narcan is a lifesaver. It's an amazing drug, amazing antidote. I mean, if it wasn't for Narcan, there's a lot of overdoses now because of the fentanyl, but if it wasn't for Narcan, oh my God, it'd be triple the amount. Triple the amount. Narcan is a wonder drug, and it's definitely saving lives. And if you know anybody that's using drugs in any way, shape, or form, always have fentanyl nearby. I mean, always have Narcan nearby. What am I saying? Always have Narcan nearby. The Mall Brand Kennedy Airport, without a doubt. The Mall Brand Kennedy Airport, lock, stock, and barrel, my whole adult life, up until Giuliani chased them all out of there. The Mall Brand Kennedy Airport, they ran the cargo companies, they ran the Teamsters, the Lucchese family, Paul Vario's crew, Frank DeWap, they had Kennedy Airport locked up. The mob definitely ran Kennedy Airport, without a doubt. Not anymore. Thanks to Giuliani. Okay, let's see what else we got. All I want to know is how good a damn steak is at Sparks. Does it rival Peter Luger's? To me, Peter Luger's is the best. Peter Luger's is the best. Sparks is a close second, but Peter Luger's definitely is the best steak. And I ate steak in a lot of places, but I prefer Peter Luger's. A-Light and Junior were best friends. I used to see them together all the time back in clubbing days. Always godfather to children. I saw an interview where Junior said he barely associated with him. That's not true. We all know John A-Light was Junior's right-hand man. There's no doubt about it. Without A-Light, Junior would have been nothing. That's all false. They were best friends, could baptize each other's kids, were together night and day. Hey, Anthony, always great insight on how you operate. I was wondering what was Fat Andy and Tony's favorite movie to watch, and maybe some other mobsters' favorite movies. I don't know what their favorite movies were, but Tony Lee's favorite show was The Honeymooners. When I lived with him for a short period of time, he would watch The Honeymooners every night, and I would hear him in the living room hysterically laughing, calling Jackie Gleason that fat bastard. He loved The Honeymooners, and he would watch them every night over and over and over again. My father, Fat Andy, his favorite movies were probably Mario Lanza movies because he loved Mario Lanza. So I would say that any Mario Lanza movie was probably Fat Andy's favorite movie. Oh, this one's calling me Rouge. I guess he's an old friend of mine. Rouge, do you think John Jr. is saying he was shelved by Senior, so it would be absolved? He was never shelved by his father. I never heard that. That's the first time I ever heard that was when it came out of his mouth in that interview. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe his father shelved him. I believe it happened after he profited. This is one. Did you know Michael Franzese in the street? I knew him. I met him a couple of times throughout the years. Yes, I did know him from the street. He used to come to my father and Tony's Gold Store on Liberty Avenue once in a while, and we would hang out and talk. But I knew him. I knew his whole family. Why was your dad called Andy and not Anthony? Because my Aunt Josie, his older sister, didn't like the nickname Tony, and she started calling him Andy from the day he was born, and it stuck. But his name was Anthony. Who is the nicest mobster? There was a lot of nice mobsters. I mean, who was the nicest? To me, I guess Tony Lee. I would have to say, even though he was a little abusive, but he was always nice to me. When you go out in public, do you have to keep a look over your shoulder because of things you've done? No, I don't. I don't look over my shoulder. I don't live in fear. I don't disrespect anybody. I mean, when I go to New York, I do go to Howard Beach, but I don't walk up and down Crosby Boulevard. I don't want to start any confrontations with anybody, but I don't fear anything anymore. No, I don't fear it. I don't think there's anybody plotting to kill me. I mean, of course, when you cooperate, automatically, there's a contract on you. But I don't live in fear, no. Is it true there is no longer a Godfather in Pittsburgh? I have no idea. I doubt it. I know a lot of cities like Cleveland, Kansas, Pittston. I don't even know if the mob exists there. I mean, the mob still exists in Buffalo, in Detroit, that I know of for sure, because I lived in Detroit and I know there's mob guys there. I know there's still mob guys in Buffalo, in Jersey, Boston, but I don't know about them other places like Cleveland and all them other cities. I think they're all gone. They're all gone. What's this? What's your favorite movie? My favorite mob movie is Goodfellas, without a doubt. Goodfellas definitely is my favorite mob movie. So someone asked me to talk about Vegas. So as you all know, I've been talking about Vegas. I just signed a contract. I'm going to be, and I'm really thrilled. I'm going to be doing 20 shows in Las Vegas at the Mob Museum. The shows start on August 8th to August 12th. I'm going to be doing 4 shows a day at the Mob Museum. So if you're going to be in Vegas, I'll be there from the 6th to the 13th. If you're going to be in Vegas or if you're going to be in that area, please come see the show. Also, if you want to DM me and you want to have a meet and greet, you want to have lunch or a cup of coffee or something, you could contact me through my website or at Anthony Ruggiano Jr. at gmail.com, and we'll try to make arrangements. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some people out there. It's going to be a great week. I'm really looking forward to doing the shows. It's going to be a great time. So come join me. Waiting for some more stuff. Was Anthony Casso as vicious as some? Oh, without a doubt. Gas Pipe was a vicious, evil person. Chrissy Tick, who you mob historians know, was a major player in the Lucchese family. He was the consigliere for years. He was very, very good friends with Fat Andy. I have met him on numerous occasions, and he was in Allenwood with them, with my father and other people. And they put Gas Pipe and Vic Amuso up for the boss and underboss positions. And he told my father in Allenwood that he couldn't believe how vicious he was when he got that power and how many people they killed. So he was definitely not a nice person. Anthony, eat something. You're getting too thin. I'm getting too thin. I'm down to 205. I want to get down to 195. I want to lose another 10 pounds. This way, if I put weight on, I'll just get back to where I am now. So I hope I don't look sickly. I may look thin, but I feel better. I look better in clothes and I feel better. What are the best Italian restaurants in New York? Oh, my God. There's so many good restaurants in New York. I mean, Rayo's. There's so many good restaurants in New York. When can we see another sit down with Gene or Johnny A. Light? I don't know. Johnny A. Light. I spoke to him 2 weeks ago. His father just passed away. I want to send my condolences out to him once again. His father was a good man. I knew his father personally. I always had good times with his father, good memories with his father at the racetrack. He was a lot of fun at Aqueduct. He was always there with us. Loved to bet horses. So I don't know. Hopefully soon, maybe we'll see. My cousin Gene, he's got some issues, so he's under house arrest. So we'll see what happens. Here's another one. You always hear about Kennedy, but to the mob also run LaGuardia Airport. If so, which family ran? You know what? That's a good question. I never really, LaGuardia Airport was never on our radar. I mean, everything came through Kennedy. I mean, all the cargo was coming out of Kennedy. There's not much cargo coming out of LaGuardia Airport. I guess because Kennedy is much bigger than LaGuardia, maybe. But that's a good question because I don't remember any hijackings or anything like that coming out of LaGuardia Airport. Mostly all the time was about Kennedy. Even the people that I knew that worked in the airports, which were many, many, many people, everybody worked at Kennedy Airport. I don't remember of anybody working in LaGuardia, any truck drivers or anybody working out of LaGuardia Airport. Anthony, did your dad really not like Sal Polisi? My father did not like Sal Polisi whatsoever. He liked him in the beginning, but then he didn't like him when Sal opened up that gold store on Atlantic Avenue to compete with my father's gold store. That was the end of Sal. My father did not like him. He wanted to shoot him in the head. I think the only thing that saved Sal was that he was married to my nephew's aunt. But my father did not like Sal Polisi whatsoever. Not at all. I liked Sal. I got along with Sal. My brother liked Sal. We got along with Sal, but my father, NG on that. Mike Jones says, good stories, Anthony. Keep them coming. Without a doubt. I'll definitely try to keep them coming. I know this was a short one, but I need to wrap it up now. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. A lot of good content coming up. A lot of good content on there. Don't forget about Vegas. I'm going to be doing this every week from now on with no filters. So come on, check it out, ask your questions, and everybody stay safe.